And we are back. Thank you for joining us on this video. I am your host, Patrick. As you can see from the title of the video, we're about to get into a little more of movies. If you've seen some of our other videos in the past, we've done some top list type of videos. So this video is going to be the top list of the top 10 movies of 2020. So far, it says. So it's a great Watch Mojo setup video. I haven't seen it yet, so I'm really looking forward to getting into it, especially because I haven't seen any movies I've seen some movies in 2020, but I'm assuming there's probably going to be a lot here that I have not seen. So let's just go ahead and get into it and see what we missed or didn't miss. Play.
It's been a rough year for theaters, but that doesn't mean there haven't been great movies. Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 movies of 2020 so far. For this list, we'll be looking at the best movies released this year, either in theaters or on streaming platforms. Films that debuted at festivals in 2019 are still eligible, as long as they made American or wide releases in 2020. Number 10, Sonic the Hedgehog.
I didn't
Given
watch
reception
that.
to the
Sonic the
Blur's
Hedgehog.
original design and the curse of the video game movie, it's safe to say everyone's expectations were fairly low for Sonic the Hedgehog. And that's
Wasn't
what made it
Jim
such a
Carrey
delightful
supposed
surprise.
to be in that?
Meow?
Oh no.
The family-friendly adventure follows Sonic as he goes on the run from the
Yeah,
vile
there
Dr.
goes Jim
Robotnik,
Carrey.
who wants to harness his power. Ben Schwartz is the perfect voice for Sega's mascot, cracking jokes almost as quickly as he moves. But it's Jim Carrey's manic performance as Robotnik that steals
Really?
every scene.
What do I look like, an imbecile? Of course I want a latte. I love the way you make them!
Sonic's super speed makes for some worthwhile action, and his charisma makes for an entertaining
Jim
hero.
Carrey.
Did you see how much toilet paper I used? The next person that goes into that bathroom will have nothing to wipe with.
Number 9, Birds of Prey and the Fantabulous Emancipation of
Oh, I
One
saw
Harley
that
Quinn.
one.
While Suicide Squad wasn't
Yeah,
exactly
I didn't
well
really-
received,
I was one of
Margot
those who
Robbie
did
as
not-
Harley Quinn was an undeniable
I didn't-
standout, so it was only natural to see her
don't know.
return to the role.
It took losing.
I heard they're gonna
something
make another
I
Harley
truly
Quinn movie.
love
Maybe that one will be
for
better.
me to see that the target on my back was bigger than I thought.
But I did see this
Only
one.
this time, DC didn't restrict her with a PG-13 rating. Birds of Prey sees Harley sucked into a war between an eccentric, psychopathic crime lord and the women trying to take him down. The action sequences are sleek and brutal, the character dynamics often strained and hilarious.
Here, X or something?
You don't know who that is?
Ewan McGregor as the slimy, skin-crawling Black Mask serves as proof that he needs to be a villain more often. But more important is how Birds of Prey reminded moviegoers that Harley Quinn is a lot better off without the Joker.
Fine.
I
It was
like the
dumb
Harley
luck.
Quinn with the Joker,
Still,
though.
that felt pretty great.
Number 8, The Assistant.
The
If you're looking
Assistant?
for a taut psychological thriller that explores a familiar space, look no further than The Assistant. Ozark's Julia
I never
Garner
heard of this
shines
one.
as Jane, a recently hired assistant at a powerful entertainment company.
He wants you on the Los Angeles trip.
When?
Tonight.
Following one day in her life, the film navigates workplace abuse, harassment, and sexism, both subtle and overt. Coming in the wake of the Me Too movement, it's a deep dive down the rabbit hole of systematic oppression, showcasing just how deeply rooted the problem is.
His 3 o'clock is here.
Tension is palpable from the get-go, and it's kept at just the right level by up-and-coming writer-director Kitty Green.
I don't think you have anything to worry about. You're not his type.
I don't know
Number
about
7,
that one, you
The
guys.
King of Staten Island.
But I'm still
The
here.
King of
I'm gonna be
Staten
here
Island.
forever.
I never heard of this either.
Talk about a comedy dream team.
I
Directed
was
by
ab-
Judd
I was
Apatow,
totally-
The
I
King
must
of
have been
Staten
totally
Island brings
absent.
together Pete Davidson, Bill
I
Burr,
like Pete
Marissa
Davidson.
Tomei, and Steve Buscemi, with a screenplay by Apatow, Davidson, and SNL writer Dave Cyrus. However, it's a comedy that also
You must have been
manages
so
to be moving
absent.
and serious. The movie follows a young man's struggles after the death of his father, a firefighter who died while responding to an emergency.
Now let me tell you something. Your dad was a hero.
Oh, him
And
too.
heroes are necessary. think they should be allowed to have families.
Given that Davidson lost his father in similar circumstances, the story is a borderline memoir with poignant autobiographical touches. While the tonal shifts aren't always smooth, the film is buoyed by a standout performance from Davidson, making it a must-see.
Hey, thanks for listening to all this. You're one of the few people who treat me, like a person.
You're welcome.
Number 6. Bacurau.
Wow, I have not
After
heard of
the
this
matriarch
either.
of a small Brazilian
Bacurau.
town passes, the residents begin to notice strange occurrences, namely that their home vanishes from GPS maps, cell service stops working, and a UFO begins flying
A
above.
UFO.
If that wasn't bad enough, they're also being hunted by a band of mercenaries. Bacurau is a fantastically absurd genre mashup that preaches the strength of community in trying times. But instead of conveying that in a normal way, it goes all out insane. And seeing just how strange it grows is what makes it a 2020 highlight. Western and sci-fi tropes crash into one another as hilarious amounts of gore fill the screen. Narratively and stylistically, it's unlike any other movie this year.
Something was telling me not to.
Take it easy, man.
Wow.
Number 5. First Cow.
I've never heard of First Cow
A24
either.
is one of the most revered production companies today, and teaming up with respected indie director Kelly Reichardt, produced one of the most interesting movies of 2020. First Cow chronicles the friendship of a nomadic chef and a Chinese immigrant in early 19th century America.
What's your name? King Lou. They call me Cookie.
The two go into business baking cakes with milk stolen from a wealthy chief factor's prized cow. It's a small, simple story, but their search for glory and riches in Oregon Territory flawlessly captures the beginning of the American dream.
A movie called First Cow, you guys.
And there's suspense throughout from the illegality of their operation.
What is
However,
this?
it's the chemistry between John Magaro and Orion Lee that sells the story and builds a strong bond between characters from completely different backgrounds.
Maybe this time we can take it on our own terms.
Number 4. Never, Rarely,
Oh my
Sometimes,
gosh,
Always.
I never heard of this one.
This tough coming-of-age drama follows the young Autumn
What is
as
this?
she deals with an unplanned pregnancy.
Is that a test from the supermarket? Yes.
I think I've
I
seen
told
that
you it was a
that older
self-administered
lady
test.
actress before.
Deciding to terminate, Autumn and her cousin Skylar travel to New York City, and what follows is a gloomy, engrossing story of strength in the face of unwavering uncertainty. The film excels at displaying how lonesome this situation can be for many young women. Newcomer Sydney Flanagan sinks into the role of Autumn, painting her as a fearful yet immensely caring character and giving one of the best performances of the year.
If I
Best
do this, will my
performances
parents
of the
get some kind
year.
bill? They get a statement. That's correct.
Abortion is undeniably a hot-button issue, and Never, Rarely, Sometimes, Always traverses it with supreme
Okay, so it's a
grace and
movie about
respect for the
abortion.
women who must deal with it alone.
The sunshine will bring you joy for every girl and boy.
Number 3. Bad Education.
I have
Movies
not.
intended for release
Bad
on
Education, I
streaming
have
platforms
not.
rather than theaters can sometimes get a bad rap, but HBO's Bad Education stands tall among the best of them.
I think at the end of the day, her memory's still very fresh.
Based on a true story, it follows a Long Island superintendent whose pristine school district is put into jeopardy when an embezzlement scam comes to light.
Your mother lost her job too.
Yeah, not my job, Howard, my career.
The combination of a mundane setting, delicious scandal, and devious characters makes for a darkly comedic satire. And the terrific cast, which includes Allison Janney and Ray Romano, is firing on all cylinders. But it's Hugh Jackman as the proud, lying superintendent trying to cover up the scam that truly shines.
Okay, I know it might look bad all laid out like that, but try and see this from my point of view.
I think
Number
I might
2,
like that one.
The Five Bloods.
I dedicate this next
The
record
Five
to the
Bloods.
Soul Brothers of the 1st Infantry Division.
Have anybody else heard of all these movies?
Spike Lee's latest film is a war drama, a heist film, and a timely reflection on race and history.
Oh wait,
all
I think
at
I
once.
did hear
Released
about
on Netflix, The Five Bloods
Is this the
follows
one with
4
the-
African-American
with the
Vietnam
guy who
War
plays
vets
Black
who
Panthers
returned to
in
Vietnam
this?
looking for treasure.
But I
Packed with
didn't-
nods
I
to
didn't,
classic films
get
and
around
political
to
references,
watching it.
both historical and contemporary. It's a sprawling, ambitious movie that
It
feels
seems
personal
very
and raw, but
emotional emotional
also
or
haunting
something.
and
I'm not
epic.
into
Who was
that
that guy?
kind of.
That brother was the best damn soldier that ever lived.
But it's the performances from Delroy Lindo, Clark Peters, Norm Lewis, Isaiah Whitlock Jr., Jonathan Majors, and Black Panther's Chadwick Boseman that hold it all together. Lindo in particular stands out as Paul, their MAGA hat-wearing leader who suffers from PTSD. Consider this a worthy follow-up to Black Klansman.
We give this goal.
Please let me at
Before we
least see the
unveil our number one pick,
per-
here are some honorable mentions. The Half of It, a coming-of-age romance with an interesting twist on character dynamics.
Yes! We did it!
Crip Camp, a powerful documentary about a unique summer camp and the disability rights movement.
And it's like, wow, I'm not sure who's a camper and who's a counselor.
Onward, a life-changing, magical quest of two brothers and their deceased father's legs.
Messed this whole thing up. Now he's gonna be legs forever.
Well, not forever. The spell only lasts one day.
Sorry We Missed You, a touching drama about family, compassion, and capitalism.
Do you know how much you've cost us today?
This is crazy. I have not seen any of the honorable mentions either.
Bad Boys for Life. The boys are back for
They
more
actually
mayhem and
released
action.
that? I didn't know. Oh my gosh.
The handcuffs, man!
Before we continue,
DJ
be sure to
Khaled.
subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos.
Make
You'll
sure
have
to
the option
subscribe
be notified for
to them
occasional
as well
videos
as
or
subscribe
all of
to
them.
us.
If you're
Why
on
not,
your
right?
phone, make sure you go
So we
into
can
your
discuss
settings
a lot
and
of great
switch on
things over here too.
notifications. Number 1,
Okay.
The Invisible Man. Universal has tried for years to remake its classic movie Monsters.
I think I did
it turns
see
out
this
all
one.
it needed was a studio on a winning streak
And
like
it was-
Blumhouse
yeah, I saw
and a
this
passionate
one.
director like Lee Winnell.
Yes. I at least saw
The
the
modern
number
retelling
one
follows a woman who
video of
escapes
the
her
year.
abusive partner only for him to die,
So
leave
far.
her a fortune, and begin terrorizing her
Yes,
invisibly.
that was a good one
The
too.
film is bolstered by an intense, frantic performance from Elizabeth Moss as a woman pushed to the breaking point.
But that was a good one. That was a good movie.
Sydney, are you okay? Why would you just stop? Stop, Dad! No.
I think that one part
Sydney,
at the dinner,
no.
at the dinner
But
at
it's
the
also
restaurant.
a lesson
Oh
in
my
how to
God.
use space and camera setups to produce fear. Because the threat can come from anywhere, not even empty rooms feel safe. And it leaves an underlying tension throughout the entire movie.
Yeah, that was a
Do
pretty
you
good
agree
one.
with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from Watch Mojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our
All
latest
right,
videos.
so there we have it. The top 10 movies of 2020 so far, according to Watch Mojo. Do you agree with the list, as the woman asked? I don't know if I do or I don't, because I'm realizing that I guess I spent most of my time watching Netflix or like Amazon or Hulu or something in the year of 2020, and so somehow most of these movies just totally went right past me, and I just did not hear about most of them, or if I did hear about them, I either didn't get around to watching them because I was too busy watching other things, or who knows. I guess all of the madness of 2020 could have just caused me to miss all of these. It's so crazy that I think out of the 10, I only seen 2. The Harley Quinn movie, which I didn't really care that much about, and then the number 1 movie, The Invisible Man. I definitely recommend that movie. That was a very good one, and I'm glad that I at least saw the number 1 movie on their list. And out of all the rest of those that I did not see before, that from what they showed here on this these little clips, I think I may be looking into watching Bad Education. I think that may be a good one to watch. So what do you think? Again, go ahead, leave your comments. Go ahead, subscribe to the channel, like the video, subscribe to Watch Mojo as well. They always have some great stuff over there. I love watching their videos when I have the time. And yeah, join us on many more videos. We do a lot of other things over here on this channel. But until next time, peace.